Hello everyone, welcome to my first installment of a new series that I am going to call Manga Monday. Basically, I'm trying to draw one manga page every week to polish my skills and also to analyze some series and works that I really like. So right now I'm just gonna go for it and ad-lib while you watch this speed paint. Hopefully I will learn over time how I really want to structure this series, and I'll get better with the voiceover aspect, because I'm not used to doing the voiceover. I like just recording my process and letting people watch. But then I realized it might be beneficial to analyze these pages so you can really get a sense of like why people structure their works the way that they do, like with panel layouts and things like that. But yeah, so I am doing a fan page of Bungo Stray Dogs, which, if you don't know, it's a series about a detective agency, but it's a little unique. So all of the characters in the detective agency are based on famous authors. Like, they have the names of famous authors, like Rampo Itagawa, who was a Japanese mystery author. There's also Edgar Allan Poe, Mark Twain, just a whole host of people. You'll probably recognize the names. And so this is a concept for my favorite character, Rampo, that my friend Meg gave me. I needed help thinking of what to draw first for this series, so I asked her about it. And she was like, why don't you do a Bungo Stray Dogs page with Rampo? Because she knows he's my favorite. And she suggested that I draw Bungo doing something with his adoptive father, Fukuzawa. In the series, Rampo was 14 when Fukuzawa kind of took him in as a guardian. And we both really love their relationship. It's that found family through line that's just so powerful in stories. But anyway, she suggested that I draw them doing something fun, like that a father and son would normally do. And she mentioned like going to an amusement park or the zoo. So I thought, yeah, the zoo is perfect because Rampo is a naturally curious person, so he'd probably like learning about animals and stuff. But how I wanted to structure the page was that Fukuzawa would be kind of nervous about taking Rampo to the zoo because, you know, this is a kid he just took under his wing. He's not married, he doesn't have kids of his own, so he doesn't really know how to interact with a child, especially in this parental father figure, you know, relationship he has with him. So yeah, he's a little nervous and thinks that maybe since Rampo's 14, he's too old to do this kind of thing. But throughout the day, as they go about doing stuff, Rampo is just really excited to be there, and Fukuzawa realizes that he had nothing to worry about at all. So what I did with the panel layout was the top panel is a big one kind of giving the overarching view of the zoo and them arriving, and then it goes to the next panel where Fukuzawa is, you know, thinking his concerns about the day. But his thoughts are interrupted when Rampo gets really excited to see the lion exhibit at the zoo and asks him to take a picture in the next panel. And then I've got 3 panels underneath that show them just going about the day, like getting ice cream, like you see in this one here, walking around, observing all the animals. And then the last panel at the very bottom is them walking away, and Rampo's got like a little stuffed giraffe from the gift shop, and Fukuzawa is thinking, you know what? I think the day was a success after all. You won't see it to the end because I added the text shading and like cleaning up the line work stuff. I added that off screen, but when I show the final page at the very end of this recording, you will see the text. And I added that Rampo named his stuffed giraffe Watson, you know, like Sherlock Holmes and Watson. But yeah, I don't know, their relationship is definitely something I want to see explored even more in the show, because I'm just a sucker for like slice of life things in shows. Even though this one is more action adventure oriented, I like it when it slows down, like the pace just slows down and you can see what the characters do on their day off, or how they interact with each other, who their best friends are, who their family is. Rampo in particular is my favorite character because he acts childish and mischievous, even though he's the smartest person in the detective agency. Like, the agency was literally made for him because he's so smart he can solve a case in like a split second. He kind of reminds me of Sean Spencer from Psych. If you've watched that series, it's live action, and he's an observant person who pretends to be a psychic detective, but really it's just his observational skills that make him able to solve cases. And that's what Rampo is to me. Like, everyone else in the series has a superpower, basically, but he doesn't. But he's so smart that people think it is a special ability, and he pretends it is too. But he just he proves that as long as you're observant and think things through, you can be a great detective too. And I just love mysteries and just, solving cases and the intrigue and that. So this series, it took me a while to get into, and it took Meg a while to get into too. But now that we're in it, we just love the characters, and we can't wait to see where it goes. I am a little nervous though, because it's not one where people usually die too often in the series, but I feel like that might change. Like, it might get more intense as it goes along. But we'll see. And please, no spoilers in the comments. But speaking of the comments, if you have a series you want to see me draw from, please let me know. I love doing replica work, and I feel like that will help me polish my skills even more, is taking pre-existing works that I like and trying to replicate the page one for one as best as possible. And I will try to analyze it and give my 2 cents on it in these voiceovers, and it'll help me learn, and hopefully it'll be beneficial for you who also want to pursue being a manga artist. I have a couple of resources that are also helpful for you if you want to be a manga artist. The first one would be the Shonen Jump's Guide to Making Manga by Viz Media. It's not really a how-to-draw book, but it's more of like the mangaka's Bible. Like, it gives tips and tricks for how you should go about learning different things, structuring your story. It has interviews with famous mangakas, like the ones behind My Hero Academia, The Promised Neverland, One Piece. So yes, that was very beneficial and very encouraging, because the point of that book was to say that everyone is different and creativity shows itself in different ways. All you have to do is have the passion and the drive to work hard, and you can achieve great things, which is a mantra that sometimes you just gotta repeat to yourself over and over. As for learning how to draw manga type things, I would say pick up a book from the library that just says how to draw manga. Like, some are better than others, but it's just a great base to start with. Otherwise, I would say go to specific YouTube channels that specialize in that sort of thing. One that comes to mind is Draw Like a Sir. I actually watched one of his videos in preparation for this page when he talked about backgrounds, which is admittedly something I struggle with. The one I'm drawing right now, honestly, is the one I'm most proud of. That and the one with the lion exhibit. But especially in the top panel, you can kind of see how I struggle with perspective and placing characters in a scene. But yeah, that's another reason I'm doing this whole thing. I want to get better at drawing backgrounds and perspective. And yeah, so here's the final page. I hope you like it, and I'm gonna try to like duck down here so you can see the text. But yes, again, if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I also have a Fiverr page I will link in the description, and you can go to that if you would like to commission me for a manga page or an anime character. And yeah, I hope you like this series. I am going to try, like I said, to put out 1 video per week. But I'm looking forward to the process and to seeing what people think of it and what I can do with it. And I will see you next time. Bye!